Hey everyone, I'm Arglefump, and this is a speedrun for Lost Lands Ice Spell. I am speedrunning this game on hard mode. That would be the most difficult of the difficulty settings that this game comes with.
I must
So, one of the differences is that we don't have sparkles. Normally you have sparkles everywhere in the game. Sparkles on all the items, sparkles on all the puzzles, letting you know that, hey, those are items you can interact with. Because they're sparkly, they're bright and sparkly. Look at this item, you want to click on it, don't you? Sparkles! The sparkles are quite cute, and I do like them. They're a big help if you're playing the game the first time around. But you don't need sparkles on a speedrun. If you're speedrunning this game, hopefully you know where all the items are, and you know where all the puzzles are.
Hold on a second.
Because the goal of a speedrun is to beat a game as quickly as possible, and it's really hard to beat a game quickly unless you already know how to play the game in advance.
What was that?
Okay, so here's another difference. You see that skip button in the bottom right-hand corner? Yeah, on hard mode, that fills up in 2 minutes. It takes 2 minutes for the skip button to fill up. So I will not skip any puzzle in this speedrun. It is faster to solve the puzzles legitimately. You can solve every puzzle in this game. Every single puzzle can be solved in less than 2 minutes. Some of them are very difficult to solve in less than 2 minutes, but it can be done. This video is proof of that. Okay.
Maren, are you home?
So let's see, the final big difficulty, final big difference between this and the other difficulty settings is the map feature. The map feature has like active zones indicated on the easier difficulty settings. So that's a really useful feature. I actually really like that feature. I'm kind of sad it's not in hard mode. It's not like the most useful feature ever, because it is some things that you don't absolutely have to look at. The game assumes you do have to look at. So like the manuscripts, those are just collectibles. They're just collectibles. You don't actually need to get them all. But the game assumes, yeah, you want to get all those, right? Right? And there's also the game. Sorry, I meant to look over here. The game assumes you want to look at everything too. So, like for example, I'm not looking at the fireplace yet. I haven't looked at Maren's fireplace yet. That's very much on purpose. I don't need to interact with the fireplace yet. But the hint system thinks, well, you haven't seen the fireplace yet. Well, it will give you a hint to look at the fireplace. Even though there's nothing for you to do in the fireplace, the game assumes that you want to take a look at it. So that's one place in which, the map active item thing, it just is not very useful. Okay, so this commentary is being done live, in case you can't tell. I am talking while I'm playing the game, and it's sort of a funny story, and by that I mean it's a sad, tragic story. So I recorded a great speedrun for this game, and my recording equipment screwed up. So the first 24 minutes of the speedrun
it looks like someone
had
is
no
living
audio whatsoever. And I'm sad now. So yeah, that's why I'm re-recording. So one thing I'll be doing throughout this speedrun, I've done it a bunch of times already.
Welcome to Nami
is just skipping animation like that. So let me see. I'll point out the next time it happens. This is a puzzle. You click there 3 times. Oh, these are animations I can't skip. I have to wait for them to actually finish. 1, 1, 2, and then all these other ones you just click 3 times. Okay, minor time saver. I didn't open all the drawers in order to the game assumes I open all the drawers. That's why it opened all the drawers there. But I did not. I only opened 2 of the drawers. So that's a time saver. I missed one of the third drawers. The third drawer is one of the drawers. Okay, this is why I shouldn't do live commentary while speedrunning. I get all confused and tongue-tied. So with that wand puzzle, that's another time saver. It's not obvious, but you put the wand down
the
last
dungeon entrance?
because
better look for
because that automatically triggers the puzzle. If you put the wand down first, you have to pick up the wand a second time in order to do the puzzle. Okay, so here's another cool trick. So I'm going to interact with this area while the cutscene's playing in the bottom right-hand corner. Notice the cutscene wasn't finished, and I'd already finished with that area. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, so here I'm just getting myself some coins, and then I'm going to warp back to Namiana. Gonna buy this, and then warp back to the dungeon. So you see, I'm missing the animation of that pickaxe going into my inventory. So by skipping that animation, I save a little bit of time. And I'm gonna do just the same thing here. It's just a trick I do throughout this entire speedrun, is just skip animations. You know, sometimes I'm skipping longer animations, sometimes I'm skipping the short animations of something appearing in your inventory, which is not the longest of animations. This is an animation that kind of goes on for a while, so I'm going to do this while that animation is playing. So having two animations play on screen at the same time, always a time saver compared to doing them separately. Okay, this is kind of a tricky area. Okay, got it perfect. So the area where you click on, we've got three areas that are really, really close together. And so you do run the danger of, you know, clicking on something when you're not supposed to, or you click on one of the wrong areas. Okay, so here you just do things in the correct order. It's pretty simple. This one is really, really simple. You have to do things in a specific order. There are some variations. There are some differences. There are some things you can do. But mostly you're doing everything in a very specific order for this puzzle. Because we are trying to collect 3 items. Okay, and that's the hint. I believe the solution to this puzzle is 857. Please, memory be correct. Yes. Yes, my memory is correct. Good. Yeah, so because the last thing you do is put these 3 figurines into place,
it seems
that
this
basically
box is
determines
Nomiana.
the order in which you do that hidden objects challenge. Okay, here you want to click for a scene that you cannot skip.
Despite all the warnings, you managed to break through the blockage.
The blockage. It's a fake out scene. Guess what, everybody? It's our friend Fulner. Everybody loves Fulner. Yay! Okay. Okay, I'm gonna grab this lever, put it in place here. While that scene's playing, I'm just going to ignore it. Okay. You do have to take a look at that. Oh no, where are those? Yeah, glowing mushrooms. I want my glowing mushrooms in my inventory. I don't know why they weren't there. Okay, while that animation is playing, I am going over here. This is a difficult puzzle. Let's see. I think it goes like this. Yes, and then this piece goes down here at the bottom. Oh my gosh. That doesn't go there. That goes there. Okay. That piece has to be like that. Yes, okay, good. So you might have noticed that several of these pieces are the exact same shape, but little longer and shorter in some places. That's what makes the puzzle difficult. Okay, so solving that puzzle opens up this where I dump my empty flask.
From the stalactites. It's called cave tears.
Thanks. Okay, so cave tears. Then I put the basilisk venom in place. This is an animation we can't skip, unfortunately. We have to see it. Okay, and now that we have the omnivorous acid, we can just back away. Oh, okay, never mind. We can't back away. That's an animation you can't skip. You're actually supposed to stay in place and watch it. My mistake. I'm sorry. I apologize for messing up. Let's do another hidden objects challenge. See if I can redeem myself. Okay, grab that. I want to grab the rope over here. over here. I grab the lamp. I'm going to put the magnifying glass on the lamp. And I think... No, I need boards. Where do I get boards? Oh, I already have boards. Okay, great. Okay, boards go here, and then the rope. That's basically the order that you're doing that. You need to do the boards and then the rope. Grabbing this, you can do that basically anytime, but it's better to do it after you get the lever, obviously. You want the lamp here to light this up, and then we're going to go in this area. We're going to put the crystal into place. Let's see if I can remember the solution to this puzzle. I think it's... oh no, I didn't mean to click the middle one. Sorry. Oh no. So obviously it's faster if you click on the bottom one, because the middle one is already in place for that puzzle. So if you click on the bottom or the top with that puzzle, then it's good. Then you're basically good to go. We found some heat-nite. Yes. Okay, heat-nite. We found some heat-nite before being told we need to actually find it. Yay! I like it when I solve puzzles that way. Okay, so now we can go on to the next area of the game. We skip this cutscene.
What the?
We can't skip this scene, so I can't back away. I can't use the map. The game really wanted to make sure you saw that scene, unlike the other scenes, which I'm generally able to skip pretty easily. Okay, that's the dagger. I'm going to be carrying it around with me for quite some time. Skip this scene. Oh my gosh, okay, this one goes there, that one goes there, that piece goes there, that piece goes there. This piece is just remember the proper order in which to place everything. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, I have to take a look at that. Put the mechanisms in place. No, didn't mean to click on that. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. Sorry. So that's a special item. When you click on it, it warps you to a different place. And now I'm warping to Naniana's. No, I'm skipping this scene. I'm not watching that long scene. That is a very long scene, which I am not watching. I give this to her.
What's this? Is this my box?
And she likes it a lot. So now I can buy some clothes, go back to that area I was just in, and now I can reach this high up area.
Look. A statue.
So here you want to use your torch on the horseback statue. Oh geez, he just falls over.
They're still breathing.
Okay, you grab that guy's thing, his key. You put it there, you get some rum and a lightning element. You want to put the rum on him for this item in his hand. And we're going to use it here on these to trigger a scene, basically. We're gonna meet Maren, the guy whose house we've been hanging around in.
Old man.
Yep. Yeah, he's in pretty much all the Lost Lands games. Not the first one though. Not the first one, but he's in all the others.
A dead giant. He passed away only recently, but everything gets covered with ice very quickly in these mountains.
Okay, here is wow. That's a throwback. We have to go all the way back over here for this puzzle. Yeah, you cannot solve that puzzle. Yeah, it's like the second screen of the game, and that puzzle cannot be solved for a very, very long time. It's an interesting decision on their part. Okay, that gives me part of a key, and now we're going to go back to the Frozen Mountains. Let's see, I open up this. I'm gonna grab that, guys.
They're almost extinct now. Come on.
Skip this scene. It's not that long of a scene, actually, but I'm skipping it anyway. She gives me money. I use it to buy a rope, and then I immediately warp back to the Frozen Mountains. Rope is gonna need a hook. You need to click on it again, and yeah, see how this area is different? That was the scene I skipped. There's not even such a word as scupped. I don't know where I came up with that one. Oh darn, I'm supposed to double click on the statue there.
I need a key.
We don't need a key at all.
That's a cute scene. I probably could have skipped it, but I didn't. Okay, so I needed to double
We
click
could use
there
the statue to
because
cross
he
instead of the
gives
bridge.
us that puzzle. He's gonna give us the cannonball puzzle. So this is the point where I didn't mean to back away. This is the point you'll notice where I've just got a ton of stuff in my inventory. So inventory management, pretty key here. And let's see, do I have enough money? Am I actually going to go back to Namiana? My brain is telling me I need to go back to Namiana and buy this.
I've got a special promotion for you
Oh, no, and I want to warp away because she's going to talk
today.
for a while. So she just gave me a fancy item. Yep, and so I just skipped the scene of her telling me about it. Okay, this here, this sulfur, this coal, and now I just dump out all these items. Need to click on each one twice. So once to get rid of the lid, and once to pour it inside. And hey, guess what? We've got our cannonball now. Our cannonball bomb, really. Okay, light the torch.
Fire in the hole!
No way to skip this scene. We just sit and watch it. Okay, beautiful. And, yeah, we need to look at this clue for a puzzle later on with the Ontis tree. It's kind of a long puzzle. Actually, no. That puzzle's not so bad, but it's part of, like, a two-part puzzle. That's what makes it worse than it otherwise would be. While this scene plays in the background, I am picking up this key and fixing it. Okay, turn this twice and then move it to the correct spot, like that. Ooh, yeah. And then we have this long puzzle. Okay, let's see if I can do it. Grab the 3 items that you can. Use the club here for the spearhead. Then you're going to use that on the tooth. This giant tooth. While that animation plays, I'm going to grab that cog. Let's see if I can remember how you do this one. Okay, cog goes there, hook goes there. The other hook goes over here. So this is a memory puzzle. Okay, got it. No! Oh, no! Oh, okay. Oh, dear. Okay, one mistake. Okay, well, that's not too bad, I suppose. Still a silly little thing to fail because it's the same every time. Okay. And we got the last element. Hooray! We are not done with this area yet. We want to look at this book. I use the key. And that gives me this all-important page for an all-important puzzle. It's going to trap the big, giant ice Tarsus, which is the enemy our heroes have been fighting. Looks like I put the wrong one on place first. That's a dumb mistake. Okay, so yellow's going to go there, purple like that. Looks like red is going to go here. I still don't know if this puzzle is the same every time or if it's randomized. It feels different every single time. Probably because, well, we have 3 different variations of this puzzle. Okay, so I need purple somewhere over there. Gosh, so how am I going to get purple in the bottom right? Well, I guess like that. Okay. Actually, I think I've got it. Yeah, I think I've got it. Okay, so red is going to go here, purple there, green there, and then yellow there. I don't have this puzzle memorized because it's kind of easy enough to figure out on your own. Let's see. I say kind of easy when really it's actually quite difficult. Okay, you want to get red into place first in that particular case. And done. Monsters defeated. We're gonna have this. Okay, and we got 2 items. We're gonna warp back over here to Fulner's place because we just got his chest opener, so we're gonna open it. We're gonna take his money because I'm kind of a jerk that way. Yeah, and then I found 2 puzzle parts. One for this puzzle. Okay, let's see. This puzzle isn't the worst. You just have to be kind of precise about your clicking. Yes! Oh man, no problems. Yay! Oh, wow, that does not always happen. Trust me, it does not always happen. Oh my gosh, and I've got this puzzle coming up.
Careful, Susan!
So this is kind of a tricky puzzle. It's randomized. It's randomized. So unlike all the other puzzles we've had so far, this one is pretty random, and you can just get completely stuck if the game just does not want to go with you. Oh, there we go. Got it. Got it in one. Not in one. I've got three. There are three variations of this puzzle. Oh no. Okay, well let's just lead it downwards then. Yeah, it's not cooperating. Yes. Oh. I think I've got it. Yep, there we go. I got this monster trapped in that, with those three. So, round one of this puzzle, you'll notice, is a lot like round two or so. I mean, round one and three are basically the same. You're basically going through the same areas, and done! Okay, great! That puzzle can be a killer. Okay, so let's see. Here, I want to grab that hacksaw.
These are a very precious
I'm gonna hack
ingredient.
this thing off, because I need it to grab this. Not this, that hand. So I get the hand to drop the bag by stabbing it, which is kind of violent. It gives me more money and a pattern part. Pattern part's gonna go over here for a long scene, and while that scene plays, I'm grabbing that piece, and guess what? I skipped that cutscene entirely. Yay! Okay, so let's see if I can remember how we do this for let's see, we grab these things. Okay, I grabbed the Horn of Prophecy, right, and I use it in the middle of the room, and then Buldan is going to show up and talk to me. And... What do you seek in my temple?
Make use of the magic
fellow.
altar. Place the key part on it, and you can see what's missing.
Okay, let's see. Oh no. Okay, this puzzle is kind of a difficult one. If you do inventory management perfectly, you don't have to do what I did there, which is scroll back to the left in order to get your scissors. Okay, so let's see. I have money. I'm going over here. Oh, I forgot to pick up the bag. That's a stupid mistake.
The key part is overgrown with diamond.
Okay, overgrown with diamond crystals. Okay, destruction spell is here. It's faster if you memorize the spell, obviously, but I didn't remember it. I'm sorry. And yep, there we go. So that's kind of the weird thing about warping in this game, is you warp back to this place where you were. Blah blah. Whatever. Okay, long puzzle. Here we go. Let's do it. I should note that this is my actual speedrun. So this was a speedrun that I originally recorded that, you know, my computer screwed up on, and my computer did not save any of the audio. So everything before this, I was recording live. This now is me doing commentary over pre-recorded footage. And I have to tell you, it is a lot easier to record commentary when you're not in the middle of doing a speedrun, particularly with this challenge. This challenge is really rough. I had the solution memorized. Not 100% memorized, though. So the solution's in the bottom right-hand corner. You see that paper? You're supposed to make all the things look like that piece of paper. But I never clicked on the piece of paper to show you. So I just memorized the solution. If you start with orange on the top, then it's going to go yellow, and then it's going to go light blue. So that's how I memorized it. I memorized the things in order. I didn't actually memorize them completely. I couldn't tell you what the colors are if I tried solving the puzzle from a different angle. So this puzzle is also kind of tricky. It's not that bad. I kind of messed up there. The game is really picky when it comes to where you put these pieces, making this puzzle harder than it otherwise would be. Okay, so that's going to trigger our next major scene. Okay, now I'm going to warp over here. We need to get some of this dried wolf blood. Yuck. And then we're going to go back to Boldan's area right over here. Oops. Messing up again. Jeez. Okay. So I can notice the smaller mistakes. Smaller mistakes like that where it's like I didn't quite know where to click or I didn't click fast enough. Those are sad. But I had a really, really fast solution in that puzzle with the rings that you were turning. So I saved it. This was a segmented run. So I did every segment about 5, 6 times. The ones I was terrible at and had to restart.
Were careless enough to set
those I did quite a number of times.
Well, let's see what they looted.
And we get to hear everything that our good friend Fulner is saying right now. Fantastic. So yeah, this is a hidden objects challenge. Because Fulner was talking, I didn't stop at the hidden objects challenges. I tried to do a new segment at every hidden objects challenge. This particular case, I did not. I decided to start a new segment at the next puzzle, which is ridiculously difficult. It's kind of bad. You'll see. It's bad. I beat it in under 2 minutes, but just barely. If you remember the leaf puzzle from Lost Lands Dark Overlord, it's the leaf puzzle, part 2, just harder. Just harder. Because the rings don't match. Okay, so here I'm grabbing that dragon head. Okay, and then I'm gonna grab this drill. You have to look at that piece of paper before you can get the drill. I use the hammer on there. So you notice one of the smaller navigation things in this game is that you can pick up an item and zoom in on an area at the same time. So if you've got an item in your hand, that you're holding in your hand, it doesn't really require you to put the item down before you can zoom in on an area. So that's nice. That's useful. Okay. So, you see this puzzle? Yeah, this is a terrible puzzle. And this is actually a really, really fast solution. And yeah, see, I'm stopping here trying to figure out what the next move is. That's not a mistake. It is definitely a difficult move. Oh, did I mess up there? No, I did not. Okay. Yeah, no, I messed up a bit. But don't worry. Don't worry. Okay, let's see. I've got 3 things. Basically, you'll notice what I'm doing is I'm trying to rotate these things into their various spots. Let's see if I got this one correct. I think I got it correct. Yep. Booyah. Okay, so now I get those 2 big sides into place. And when a piece is in the right spot, it lights up. This is a simple one. You'll notice I just swapped those 2. And now they're both into place. So that was good. With most of these things, you do not have a simple swap. I think there are 2 swaps here on the outside. But for most of them, it's you have to swap for one, and then here, I'm going to swap for the next. Okay, what's the next one? Oh, it's this one. Oh, is that a swap again? Huh. Okay, fine. Here's a good example of where I'm just not swapping pieces. It's, yeah. Okay, so now the piece that goes there is that one. So now I fill it in that hole. And now the piece that goes there is going to be this one. So that's actually like a swap of 3 things. Oh boy. Yeah, so really difficult puzzle. I managed to zoom through it in under 2 minutes, but just barely. Just barely.
Susan.
And that gives me the puzzle cube. Okay, so now this triggers the next major segment of the game, where I go to the Dark Woods. Oh yeah, but before I can do that, I need to do this. I use the key to get the swing, and then I'm gonna use the swing. I'm gonna go down the well. Go down the well. This is pretty simple, this segment. It's straightforward. There are no items to pick up, really. I mean, obviously I picked an item right there. But yeah, it's not like the other screens we've seen. You'll notice the first time I visit a screen, I generally tend to grab all the items first. But because I'm going through screens I've already been in, it's really straightforward. There aren't that many items to pick up. There aren't many things to get confused about. I went backwards on purpose there, because I'm going to do this puzzle. So here you'll notice I'm not actually looking at the book. You don't have to set the book to the correct spell in order to solve the puzzle. So that's nice. That's nice. Okay, and now I'm going to warp to the Dark Woods. Skip that cutscene, of course.
Don't worry.
Use my dagger here. Grab those pine cones. This is a creepy scene. It's a trap! And this is pretty straightforward too. Like you could do this before or after the pine cones. That's the only difference you do in that
this
particular
table
screen.
Must be for Antis offerings.
Same with this one. You know, we've got 3 things we can interact with. You put the stone there in the middle. You could grab the nail puller first or second, and that rune stone right there, you can click on that whenever you want. So you're gonna have like about 5 or so rune stones on the screen. I mean, in your inventory. Fortunately, they don't mess up your inventory too much. Okay, so this is the puzzle we saw on the wall. 1, 2, and then 1, 1, 1, 1. Very simple. The video was slow there. That just happened when I played the game on my computer. The game went really slowly. I don't know why. Here I had the solution written down, so I just did the solution according to my notes. It's the same every single time.
Very smart.
Yeah, and I get an achievement. Yay. I like how he says very smart. Okay, it makes me feel good about myself. So while the pine cones are being thrown at the bird, I'm going to rip this off. 2 scenes playing at the same time. Those are long scenes. I probably could have warped away. I don't know how much of a time saver that would be. But we're going to have a bunch of long scenes coming up. Okay, so you put the long pole and you put the flags there. This is a puzzle. I will be doing the fastest solution, obviously. No mistakes. It's not too hard to memorize this particular puzzle solution, because the flags are always like 1 apart from each other. This is always kind of strange to me. That's oh wait. This is gonna be another scene that's sort of long here. Is making the ladder. So I feel like just warping away might have been a time saver on this. I don't know. So you need to put it down and then click on the cave. Do you see my cursor turn into a hand symbol for the briefest moment? That threw me off so many times, but I did super well there. Yeah. Okay, so here you're gonna grab all these items. None of the, yeah, no puzzles really, no puzzles. The only puzzle is with that treasure chest, and you can't even kind of solve that puzzle, so why even bother? So now we've got a hidden objects challenge here. You could do this in multiple orders. I try to get the stone here, the sledgehammer here. At the same time, I have the water, so I can do both this. So this area, it has the hammer, it has the water. So I tried to get the hammer and the water before reaching that area. That was all I had in mind when routing that particular challenge. Okay, and now I have that fancy symbol. And the solution to this is 2, 2, and then 2. It's really easy. Okay, and then this key goes into place. This sword goes over here. The controls are a little picky there with where you put those items. It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
Thank you.
But I have messed up a couple of times. Okay, so now I've got my goblin friend. He's going to give me a thing, and now we're going to have those long cutscenes I'm just going to skip. This is a long cutscene. I'll be quiet so you can actually hear it going in the background. So that's that cutscene. Okay, interrupt it with this cutscene, and I'll be quiet again. You can hear it still. Yeah, so you see the cutscene was still going. So that's probably the best example I could give you of, hey, guess what? It is actually a time saver to warp away, because that cutscene would have been playing that entire time. You can hear how long the cutscene was. This puzzle is kind of difficult. What you need to do is put these pieces down in the proper order. So it has 3 sides. It's basically the same pattern 3 times. So you don't need to start in the bottom right. I just started there because that way you can clear off the entire left-hand side of puzzle pieces pretty easily. You do that all together. This is another long scene that I will skip. It's the scene of the ferryman approaching. I wish I had done better inventory management. Yeah, because I didn't want to scroll to the left to pick up my money. Maybe if I hadn't picked up one of those runes and then saved the rune for later, maybe.
Oh, poor thing. Locked in the cage.
Okay, so there's the key.
I'll let you...
Let's see. I grabbed that paper. I worked back
the chest
to
out of this
this
swamp
cage.
a couple of days ago.
This cave.
But I
Using the
don't
key.
know how to open it.
I find it so hilarious that I already have it opened and I've already taken the stuff out of it when he's saying, I don't know how to open it. It's like, don't worry, buddy, I'm already on top of it. Okay, this area, you do the things in a very specific order. You pick up the sign, you put the sign over there, and then you put it over here for the pipes. So I find it interesting that the note is the one that you have to zoom in on in your inventory. So here, these things are always in the same position every single time. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9, I believe is the solution.
3 card.
If you start counting from the left and you want to click on this fairy to start this scene, she's going to give you this book and she's going to tell you to look at something. I'm not going to look at it. I'm just going to buy something here. So that is the solution to the puzzle. And I'm going to warp back to Maren's hut and I do 2 spells on the book. So this is rather simple. You click every 3rd one. Just start anywhere you want and click every 3rd one going in a clockwise direction. So this piece of paper says the thing I bought is the item I need in order to save the tree. So yeah, you can just buy that thing ahead of time. Okay, so this is kind of odd with the key. The animation with the key, you can't skip. You kind of have to sit through it. I don't know. Maybe somebody was really proud of the key animation and forced you to sit through it.
A homing pigeon.
Okay, so there. I saved the tree at the exact same moment she was looking at the tree for the first time. It's cute. Okay, skip that scene. Okay, we're going to go back over here for the bird. We put the bird to sleep. And we grab the fairy chest. So again, animation you can't skip. Magnifying glass, you have to wait for this entire animation to finish before putting in the key. So if you already pick up the key, if you pick up the key ahead of time, it just throws the key right back in your inventory and forces you to do it again. It's one of the places where picking up an item in advance does not work.
So this
like I
is
said,
your world?
somebody was really proud of the animation they did with that key and wanted to make sure no player skipped it. So guess what? Now we're in the human world. We're out of the Lost Lands. We're out of the fairy world with fairies and goblins, and now we're breaking and entering in a museum. Okay, you want to grab the light bulb. Click to close out of that screen. I haven't talked about that yet. So I don't need to click to close out of that screen. So whenever a screen is completely finished, it automatically closes. Like this.
Darn. The door's locked from the other side.
But if there's still something for you to do on the screen, then it does not automatically close for you. So that's when you would want to click out of the screen, as opposed to just let the game close the screen anyway, because it's not faster to try to click out of the screen opposed to the game closing the screen. Okay, so I skipped that long animation of Flylena opening the door, and I'm skipping that long animation of me destroying the security camera.
I can see
So every security camera in this place has its own long animation of a Creekar. He's the goblin. He shoots at it with his slingshot. He basically shoots a giant paintball at it. So we'll see it again here. So you can hear it, I think. Nope. Okay, you couldn't hear that one. So, yeah, but notice the security camera is completely covered with paint. This is difficult. Messed up there. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so let's see. You want to grab that and put the screwdriver. Use the screwdriver there. Yeah, this is a hard one to figure out because we have like 3 items on this particular screen. That particular close-up. It's just, I don't know, something about this one just throws me off, and I find it difficult. And then this puzzle is nice. I really like this puzzle. This is a great one. I'm terrible at it, but I still like it. And actually, no mess-ups. Oh, wow. Okay. Whew. I thought for sure I was going to screw that one up. I screwed that up pretty much every other time I played the game. Okay, so marker goes over here. I feel like this should have been unnecessary to have an inventory item, but hey, that's just me. I think it's pretty obvious. Hey, the code is 4852. That's important. I think it's hard for a player to solve that puzzle without realizing that that's the actual code and that it's important.
Now I see. We need to fix the elevator
need an
and
inventory
retrieve
item to emphasize that, but hey, that's just me being a whiner. Okay, so Susan's explaining what we have to do. We need to get this CD. The CD's in that file. And let's see, I need to get the fuses in box 23. That was on the answering machine that I didn't listen to. Just skipped over that. So yeah, the fuses here. Simple puzzle, 25 and then 5, right? And then 3 10s. And 10, 15, 5. You're just trying to add up to 30. Nice. Okay, and that fixes the elevator. It's not obvious that it fixes the elevator, but it does. It does. I know. We're all the way outside, but yeah, fix the elevator inside.
There's the camera.
Okay, floor number 2. We have another camera cutscene I'm gonna skip. And my favorite puzzle of the game right over here is folding the dollar bill so it goes inside this machine.
That's
Yay!
magic.
Working a vending machine. It's a puzzle. It is just a magical puzzle indeed. I love it. Okay, so a hammer goes there. I think we're done with the hammer now. Yep. And we have got this police officer or security person. I don't know if it's a police officer. I think it is a police officer because in a later Living Legends game, it mentions that our character Susan has been arrested. So maybe she was arrested by actual police. Or it could be that this is just a security officer and then the real police showed up to arrest Susan. Anyway, that's a long scene of distracting the police officer. So I backed away to skip that scene. It's sad because that's a fun scene. just
I'll do it.
Blowing up soda and messing up the entire ground. Just spraying soda everywhere. This puzzle is difficult on hard mode. I don't know why. When I played this game casually, this puzzle was super duper easy. But on hard mode, I was not able to do it. I had to do it this way on hard mode. But yeah, playing it on the casual difficulty setting, go in the bottom right-hand corner. That's my trick. On the casual difficulty setting, I was just able to go to the right. I didn't have to go down or around or anything. Okay, disabled that camera. Yeah, I kind of forgot I had to disable that camera, I think. Okay, last camera anyway. Grabbing these items. The Horn of Frost. Okay, use the key card here. Gonna grab the last symbol. And then I'm gonna go to the security booth again. You want to move the mouse before putting this in. Okay, you put the forensic evidence there. Oh, I messed up. No. Okay, so I actually had to reset there. But that was still my fastest attempt because of the puzzle with those wires of Flylena flying through the lasers. That was just really, that was good timing on that one. Okay, so here you want to put these things into place in a very specific order. It's not super duper specific, but it's specific enough that if you're not paying attention, you'll screw up.
Phantom blade.
There it is. Okay, and now I skip her talking, and I just have that item. And then I'm going to go back to Bulldog.
That's incredible.
Who's right here.
Sudra.
He's going to be amazed. He thought I was going to fail. And then he's going to talk for a while. So I'm going to skip the scene of him talking and just come right back. That gives me the clue for the puzzle over here. Simple enough puzzle. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2.
The whole workbench is hidden under the floor. We must make
So
the
we're coming
mechanical
up on
dwarves
the
an
end of the game
offering
here,
of
as you can
liquid
tell,
gold
because my
for it to
inventory is
appear.
getting quite low again. And you have to do those things in that specific order. In this area, you have to do all these things in a very specific order. So there is no real challenge, I guess, just memorize the order. So let's see. So this is about 46 minutes in. The video's about not 103, like an hour and 3 minutes. Okay, this area, you can do these things in pretty much any order. You want to grab those items first, because that's a lot of items. Lever, you're going to put over here, and then grab the crucible. My idea was simply just to grab a ton of items. That way I could do... I wanted to do this. This is basically what I wanted to do. I wanted to melt that with the crucible, so that meant I had to get the alloy and then the crucible. And basically I wanted that hot metal there, so I could do this down here. Use the tongs to pick it up. Yeah, this is actually really smooth. Okay, good. This puzzle can be a little bit tricky. It's making swaps, but you make the same number of swaps. I don't think there's a faster way to do it. Yeah, I don't think there's a faster way for that puzzle. Okay, that gives you crystals, and now we're just gonna dump all our inventory items here for the almost final puzzle. This is an interesting puzzle of you have to move the pieces aside. It's just a variation on the puzzle we saw earlier with like those 3 towers that we built. Unlike unlike other versions of this puzzle, there's really no rule about putting larger pieces on smaller pieces or smaller pieces on larger. It's just move pieces out of the way.
I must press the buttons.
I like that. It's easier than the difficult variations of the puzzle. And here we go. Okay, so end of the game, right here. So, I beat the game. Now I get to do the bonus chapter. Bonus chapter.
Maren,
So the bonus chapter, what is that going to be? Like 16 minutes for the bonus chapter? That's why I'm looking at the time. I'm like, I guess the bonus chapter. This game's bonus chapter is really quite simple, actually. It's formatted in a rather simple way. So unlike the main game where we had 5 or so major areas that we kept going back and forth through, this has like 3 separate areas that we're going to be going through, and we're never going to do any real backtracking. So like we never have to go into this room again once we're finished with it.
I hope everyone's safe and sound.
I am going to go back to that room again though, for speedrunning purposes. So I'll point that out when I get to it. Okay, so this is going to be another hidden objects challenge. Yeah, each of the 3 areas has its own hidden objects puzzle. I think each of the 3 areas we go to has exactly 4 screens too. Yeah, very, very consistent for the bonus game. And each scene takes about, I don't know, casually it takes, 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how good you are. It could even take 20 minutes, yeah. Okay, this one, you have to put the blade on first before you put the handle into place. It's I don't like this particular hidden objects challenge. I don't like the hidden objects challenges in the bonus game period. I like the ones in the main game better. Okay, then I have to grab that. Yeah, because this one just has a ton of back and forth. Oh, just a lot of back and forth. So it's a lot longer than you know, than I would have liked. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm just being a whiny speedrunner. It's like, I keep having to go back and forth rather than visiting the one area once and then being done with it. This is a difficult puzzle. So this is way easier on one of the modes where they have sparkles everywhere, because then you know where to click. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck clicking on items, clicking on areas, and it turns out they are not the areas to click on. I actually had a little bit of trouble with the save files in this point of the game, so specifically getting that final apple, so the video jumps a little bit because save file problems. My apologies. So here I'm backing away and then going forward to skip that long scene with the horse. I put Maren on the horse, and again I back away and go forward in order to skip the long scene with the horse. So the save file problems are basically because the game doesn't want you to know it has save files, because it autosaves. It autosaves because it's a casual game. A lot of them have autosave features, so it autosaves after, it's supposed to autosave after every single thing you do. I haven't tested, you know, super well how in-depth the autosave is. So here I'm trying to get all the items into place because I moved the left wheel in a clockwise fashion. I'm trying to get the items into place in a clockwise fashion. So clockwise of the stump is the pumpkin, and then clockwise of the pumpkin is the dinosaur. And let's see, clockwise of that star is, what is that? Glowing green mushrooms? So now the entire left-hand side is in place. So doing the right-hand side, that's where it's difficult. Okay, so it looks like I start with the tree, maybe? Let's see, icicles. Yeah, okay, so no. What on earth did I do? I'm gonna trust myself and think I did the right thing here. Let's see. Okay, trees there. Okay, yeah. Now I've got like 3 items into place. Yeah, so this is just more difficult. This is now as opposed to getting things into place clockwise, counterclockwise order, this is more like swapping out items for each other, basically, is how you do the right-hand side. So that's what makes this puzzle difficult, is the right and left-hand sides. You sort of use a different strategy on them. So I swap items in and I swap items out like that in order to get the right-hand side into place, meaning the center is completely done. Yeah, so that's basically the hardest puzzle of the first part of the bonus game. Ah, I did not mean to click there. That was me trying to use the map to warp away and then failing. That did not, I was not able to skip that cutscene, my mistake. Okay, so here's the second part of that. So I basically triggered that area so I could skip that cutscene, which is rather long. And this one has 4 screens as well, but we do a fair amount of going back and forth, as opposed to the previous area where there was no back and forth. So you just grab items, you're going to be using them everywhere. And this area, you'll notice with the bonus game too, the 3 areas in the bonus game are pretty independent of each other. I'm not really carrying items from the first area with the horse. I didn't mean to click there. That was a misclick. You want to click on the back of the horse, not the front of the horse. And this is a challenge. You don't have to do it now. You could do it later at the end of this. But I did it now. You're just getting food for the horse. That was one of your main challenges. Just get food for the horse. The poor horse is hungry. And those orcs wanted us to get the key, so I warp over here. I'm going to use the key, get 3 items here. That paper, that key, and that paper. I go back, trigger the hidden objects challenge. And this is it's a tough hidden objects challenge. Okay, get all these items. Hammer over here. Bucket over there. So that's pretty simple with those first, like, 3 items you have to pick up. You have to do it in that order, because you want the bucket there when you open up that thing. Otherwise, you wouldn't have anywhere to dump the coal. And then you want to dump the coal in there. You want to do the flintstone there. I believe you could put the metal bar down first. Personal preference, maybe. Yeah, but as you can see, there's just like a ton of items that you're interacting there on that particular screen. Yeah, so it's not the easiest. It's not the easiest. Here I'm slowing down a little bit and taking my time. Come on, I can do it. Yes. You want to get those bigger pieces into the corners. That way they can basically just cut off the corners and save you some space. And done. Yeah, notice how I didn't use 2 of the bars. That was not that much of a time saver, honestly, but it was a cute time saver. I like it. And again, here I've got like 3 things I'm interacting with. No, 4 or so things you do. So that's how that hidden objects challenge. It's an interesting idea to basically, like, okay, on the furnace you do like 4 things, and then on the keys you do like 4 things. It was just a little difficult though, because you have to do those things in a very specific order. Sort of threw me off. Okay, so this puzzle, you just rotate the rings so they are perfect, and you're done.
Damn it. Goblin.
Okay, and
Bet
I've only got
he's
2
guarding
items
the
here.
treasury.
Both of them here. I warp away and then return immediately. It's kind of a long scene. The goblin eats that thing and then falls asleep. Okay, we grab the key. Use the key over here. That's going to give us that thing. The doorknob? Yeah, the door handle. Door handle. And this is another puzzle. I think this puzzle's randomized. I keep having so much trouble with this puzzle. It feels like I you know, it starts off differently or whatnot. I don't know. So this was not the most elegant of solutions, but it got the job done, and at the end of the day, that's what matters. Yeah, that's not the major time waster. Okay, so now I grab my items here, and then I leave the second area, now the final area of the bonus game, or the bonus chapter, I should say. I use the terms bonus game and bonus chapter interchangeably. This game does not. It means something very different by bonus game. By bonus game, it means a really, really long puzzle with Tetris pieces, which I am not actually doing in this speedrun. Nope. So, thank goodness, it's a terrible puzzle. It's not that bad, it's just, oh my gosh, trying to do a walkthrough and explain that puzzle? Yeah, that's bad. Okay, so this is a puzzle where you just have to hope that the random number generator likes you. And the random number generator does in fact like me, I think. This is not too difficult. I don't have to do a lot of going left and right. So sometimes it will throw rocks up in a formation which is difficult. It's almost impossible to dodge. But here, yeah, I'm just going straight forward. Yeah, like that. See, if I tried to go right there, I probably would have crashed. You do get an achievement for doing this without crashing. And if you crash once, you have to restart from the beginning again. So, try not to crash, ever. Just a few more seconds. I wish there was a timer or something.
The river ends in a
how
waterfall.
much longer there is to
That
go on
means
that
the Druid
puzzle.
village is nearby.
It does
Hello
indeed. Okay, so I've got no inventory items again. So that's, yeah, this area I didn't really like, because guess what? Now I've got no inventory items. Yeah. So, you know, it makes it harder and easier at the same time. Yeah, this is another puzzle where you've just got to do items in a very specific order. We also have long animations with, I guess that's not that long. We'll see. This puzzle is difficult. I don't like this puzzle. The design doesn't look the way I think it should, and that just throws me off. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I finally got one piece into place. Oh, no. Oh, no, this is sad. Yeah, so that was not the fastest solution. Okay. Yeah, you know, it's so close to the end of the game. I guess I can't be bothered to memorize that. I've been playing for an hour at this point. Cut me some slack, guys. Okay, so that's the long animation I was talking about. And another long animation over here. So you can, you know, use the map to warp away and come back, but it's kind of not fast in that solution.
I'll stay with your friend while you're busy with
because you have
other
to zoom
things.
in again on that screen. So you have to zoom in on the hidden objects puzzle again. So because you have that additional zoom, the timing is, I'd say a little negligible. You know, if I was doing a super duper serious speed run, I'd probably just, you know, pull out a stopwatch and time it to know for sure which one is faster.
Hey there.
Okay,
While you
yeah,
were away,
and again,
I found
you know,
another
these
bottle.
screens are fine. They just don't have a lot to do. So there are 3 things on that one screen, and then like 3 things on this screen. Okay, so this puzzle is really simple. You want bottles filled up at 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Doesn't matter which order you do them in. So there's a clue in the upper right. You see that piece of paper sort of in the upper right? More like the upper middle. Upper right middle. So that piece of paper gives you the solution to this puzzle, and it gives you the solution to this puzzle. But you don't actually have to look at it, because you can just write down the solution like I did. 4, 6, 1, 7, 3, 5, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, end of game.
A young servant by the...
So that's my speed run for Lost Lands Ice Spell. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry that my recording equipment failed and I had to re-record the first 23 minutes. Hopefully it was still good anyway.